It is time to get uplifted. Happy Women's History Month. I'm Allison Seymour. Our society is constantly evolving. We are inventing new items to make life easier, more enjoyable, and we have many women to thank for these advancements. I mean, where would we be without Mary Anderson's genius, right? After all, she designed our first pair of windshield wipers back in 1903. And
Ken, get down here and sign these divorce papers.
I've been roaming around, always looking down at all I see.
POV when your daughter asks you to play with her Barbie dolls, right? Well, cue the nostalgia in your own life and think about back to your childhood. What would it have been like without a Barbie doll to keep you entertained and spark that imagination? Ruth Handler debuted the iconic doll back in 1959 after watching her own daughter, who the dolls are named for, play with paper dolls. Well, women have had our back for decades and the back of society too. They've created the original designs for everyday items that you probably don't even think twice about, like, let's go down the list, dishwashers, hairbrushes, and foot pedal trash cans, to name a few. And this March, during Women's History Month, we're honoring on this year's theme, women leading the change and helping make the future more sustainable by reintroducing you to people right here in the DMV who are fulfilling this mission every day. Women's professional sports, they've been around for over 150 years. Women athletes have shown up ready to work and prove they belong in every field, just like everyone else. Serena Williams, Simone Biles, most recently Alyssa Liu. They're just some of the most well-known women athletes today across the globe. They've helped pave the way for gender equality both here in the United States and internationally. Here in the DMV, our local female athletes are making a difference both on and off their respective courts and fields. Our Alexis Wainwright stopped by Clarksburg High School in Montgomery County, their flag football team, when they won the state championship in Maryland for the second year in a row.
Just last year,
these girls worked really hard all season and fantastic. I'm just happy for them.
First time in history of this ever happening, and it just feels good to be on top after all the hard work. Ever since a young age, I've always wanted to play flag.
Clarksburg High School girls football team did what they never thought was possible: win the Maryland Girls Flag Football Championship. Fast forward to this year, they did it again. It's ridiculously gratifying, not just to see them grow as athletes, because they are incredible athletes, seeing just kind of the camaraderie and them embracing kind of this moment.
And what is it meant to have the support of the Washington Commanders? Obviously, they've been heavily involved.
It's truly a blessing. I mean, let's be honest. You've got an incredible organization with incredible people that are willing to put time, energy, and resources into it.
I don't think many sports in the country can say that they have a professional team, especially an NFL team, backing them up. So to have the support of the Washington Commanders is amazing, and I'm so grateful for it.
And we saw emotion across the field as hundreds of girls continue to pave the way for this sport.
I'm very proud of my team. I'm very proud of the sports. We've brought flag football to life. This is just a really great opportunity for us, and we're just so happy.
But let's go back a couple of months. All the excitement started in the spring, when the Washington Commanders hosted their first ever flag football media day with several different high school teams.
I'm really glad that our sport is getting a lot more attention and the recognition that it deserves.
In August, to further the team's dedication to sanctioning girls flag football across the DMV, they announced a $1 million investment to grow the game. This investment helped 127 different girls flag football programs in the region for the next 2 years.
It's a really incredible moment, and it just shows the power of sport and how it can unify.
The support included funding for equipment like flags and footballs and brand new Nike uniforms.
Realization that what we're doing is important and creating these opportunities are important, and that just by providing some uniforms or experiences to meet these great legends, it can change the trajectory of what they're going to do with their lives just by building the confidence in them.
It was such an amazing opportunity. I'm so happy to see how it's growing.
And it meant the world to these girls.
It really warms the heart, because last year it was like nobody was supporting us.
We've never had this type of opportunity. It's definitely cool to have the girls have some type of attention when it comes to football.
Getting brand new uniforms from the Commanders, it's heartwarming, and I just feel very welcomed in the community of football.
The girls also took free professional pictures.
Yeah, I'm so excited because, like, again, I've been wanting to play, and to actually step into the uniform, it's like it's real.
Everybody in here is excited to have this opportunity because it's like we never thought we could have this.
And during these camps and clinics, they listen in on panel discussions with legends like Santana Moss, Brian Mitchell, and Josh Morgan.
It's special. We're trying to push it to the higher level.
And this partnership has even directed the girls to run drills with DC Divas, a pro female football team.
The unity in flag football, like, it's really bringing people together, especially when you see all this like violence in DC.
The investment also helped provide additional programming like the coaching clinic in September in Fairfax County. More than 50 girls flag football coaches came to hear from Commanders legend Joshua Wilson, who provided coaching techniques for the season.
They could go and take what they learned today and put it in here. We could have a sport that, you know, a lot of people are going to be interested and want to see.
They even hosted season kickoffs like this one with some Washington legends in Chantilly to celebrate Fairfax County's first ever girls flag football team. They handed out even more uniforms and answered questions.
Did you ever think you would be here today?
Not at all.
Being a senior, a captain, and making it here is everything in the world and more.
And this is all just a kickstart to achieving their long-term goals.
I'm excited to see a girl. I've never been a part of something from start, to finish. And hopefully, my finish is the Olympics.
And the people cheering them on couldn't be prouder.
I'm looking and I'm like, I see some athletes out here. And being a dad of 3 daughters, I always wanted my daughters to go out there and do whatever they wanted to do. And they didn't have this opportunity.
I call them pioneers because that's what they are. They're the first ones to do it.
And the success of these women is inspiration to another.
Just to come out here to represent for the women, not just for the women, but for the sport, it feels amazing.
And the future between the Commanders and these athletes is bright.
This is just the beginning. Like, whatever they're seeing now, just know I'm gonna amount to something even bigger and better.
And we have big plans to expand throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia as well for next year. So we're just excited about where this is going to go, and our support of Girls Flag is going to continue on.
Alexis Wainwright, WUSA 9.
Go, ladies. Speaking of male-dominated fields, for decades, photography, especially photojournalism, remained a male-centric career. But that picture, it's changing. More women photographers are snapping photos and reshaping how stories are told and who gets to tell them. Right now, DC's National Museum of Women in the Arts is celebrating one of those trailblazers, a woman photojournalist who helped pave the way for aspiring photographers. Back in December, the museum unveiled an exhibit dedicated to photojournalist Ruth Orkin, and that exhibit featured 21 photographs from the mid-20th century showing ways that women were forging new paths in post-war America. And this Sunday, March 22nd, the museum will expand their impact and host their annual Wikipedia Edit-a-thon in partnership with the nonprofit Wikimedia DC. For the past few years, these two organizations have been working together to help close gender gaps on Wikipedia by inviting people in the DMV to help edit those pages focused on women's history and contributions. And this year's theme is Women Photojournalists. And joining us to talk about how you can get involved in Sunday's event is Ariel Citrone, Programs and Partnership Manager of Wikimedia DC. Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate it. And also Danny Brogdon, the National Museum of Women in the Arts Reference and Technical Services Librarian. Thank you for being with us today. So the name of this exhibit is Ruth Orkin, Women on the Move. Let me start with you. Why was she the perfect, launching pad to talk about women photojournalists?
Certainly. So as you mentioned, Ruth Orkin was a pioneering American photographer, photojournalist, filmmaker at a time when there were fewer opportunities for women to be a part of these fields. Right. And so one of our current exhibitions, Ruth Orkin, Women on the Move, focuses on that and features about 21 of her black and white photographs that capture mid-20th century women just living in their, private spaces, their public spaces. And Orkin, contributed to the visual history of the post-war period, and it contributed a unique perspective to that history.
And why is that so impactful and important? Was that a void that she saw in your studying of her? But why is that so impactful to see today?
Again, it's just about, you know, having a woman, you know, focusing on women. And we wanted to celebrate that work. And for us in the Library Research Center, we saw how popular the exhibition has been and how many people would visit the library and ask for more resources on Ruth Orkin and other women photographers and photojournalists. And we decided, hey, we want to continue to contribute to sharing information about these important people. Right. And one way we can do that is by expanding and enhancing the information that's available online.
And that goes right into Wikipedia. I didn't realize there was such a void when it came to gender on Wikipedia, but you're trying to do something about that with this event. Can you tell us about the mission and also the activity this weekend?
Yeah, we sure are trying to close that gap. On English language Wikipedia, only 20% of articles, biographies that is, are about women. So with every article that's created at events like the one that we do together and the ones that we've done in the past, we help to close that gap a little bit. So editathons are opportunities for individuals to come together with the goal of editing and creating new Wikipedia articles. It's usually related to a theme. This is, I can't even count how many events that we've done together, but it's always one of our favorite events for the year. My organization, Wikimedia DC, trains people how to edit Wikipedia articles and helps to close all types of content gaps, but especially for Women's History Month, it's very important that we really focus on the gender gap in Wikipedia, and hopefully that propels into more work like this throughout the year.
So who's invited to come out? Like, do you have to be a historian? Do you have to know, you know, a journalist? Who's invited to come out?
Great, a great question. So anybody's invited to come to Wikipedia editathons, and anybody can edit on their own time. But we always like to say that we are one of the more accessible platforms because anybody can learn how to edit Wikipedia. About 80% of people who come to events that our organization is involved with, and I think this tracks for the ones that we've done together, have never edited Wikipedia before. The most important thing is that you learn how to do it correctly, that you write in a neutral tone because you are writing for an encyclopedia. So you really have to let these women, we really have to let these women's achievements shine and talk about their work and really share those stories that were missing before from the encyclopedia.
Well, appreciate both of you, the work that you do, and the event is Sunday. We'll have all the information because I know you want to go. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, they are fierce, they are mighty, and they are restoring dignity for thousands of women. Up next, we sit down with the founder of the nonprofit I Support the Girls to talk about the impact behind this movement. Welcome back in. Well, the national nonprofit I Support the Girls, which has chapters all across the globe, has roots planted right here in the DMV in Rockville, Maryland. It's helping women and girls find dignity. Now, you have probably heard of ISTG. They went viral back in 2024 after partnering up with Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish to donate an avalanche of 10,000 pairs of underwear and bras from the Guess music video to women experiencing domestic violence. To date, this group has distributed over 46 million essential items to women in need, including bras, underwear, and menstrual hygiene products, and more than 250,000 products to people in areas affected by Hurricanes Helene and Milton. In maybe unexpected but definitely strong partnership, ISTG collaborates with the British Embassy right here in the district to host Tea and Tampon Time, which started in 2024 to ensure this international partnership is creating awareness globally. And the organization's founder, Dana Marlowe, says that she accidentally started this nonprofit back in 2015 after a DC shelter confirmed bras and hygiene products are the items that women and girls needed the most, but are the least donated. And we're so excited because Dana is taking some time out to join us now in studio to talk about how her group has grown and the impact they continue to make nationwide and right here in our own backyard. Dare I say, globally as well. It's really good to sit with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
It really is. So, you know, now that we think about this, like, what is it, like some 10 years later, it's, of course, we need to fill this gap. But I venture a guess to say we weren't all thinking like that when you started this organization. Tell us about it, the genesis of it, how it all started.
So as you shared, it was an accident. I didn't mean to. I basically wear the federal contractor hat by day, and I, over the course of a year, had lost a significant amount of weight and needed new bras. I needed new clothing when you and as a new mom, things had shifted, body shifts, right?
Amen.
All right,
Yeah.
Get Uplifted, right? Things that were here were
Both
down here, right?
Yes,
exactly. And so as I was getting fitted for new bras after the weight loss, I had asked the sales associate, what could I do with my perfectly good but no longer fitting me bras? And she said 4 words. She told me that homeless women need bras.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And like you, Allison, and like so many members of our community here, I am grateful and privileged to be able to donate items and things that I'm no longer using to others, to recycle, to upcycle, but I had never taken the bras that were shoved in the back of my drawer and taken them out and donated them. Instead, I just kept adding bras like a bottomless pit in that drawer. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, thinking maybe one day I'll get back in it, and throw it away. They're so expensive, the good ones.
Or that perfect dress that works with that bra.
Absolutely.
Exactly, right? So my bra draw my cup overflowing, if you will, and I learned that I could donate those bras. And from there, I called a homeless shelter just up the road in DC, Thrive DC, and said, I have these perfectly good bras. They're all clean. I will clean them again. Do you want them?
Yes.
And they said, yes. How soon can you bring them in?
Oh boy, yeah.
And I said, well, what else do you all need?
Right.
And that's when they said, if you're willing, maxi pads and tampons. So still in almost half the states in our country, these items still have a tax on them, right? Colloquially called the tampon tax. And so they're expensive to get. And so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna host a little collection out of my home. And this was 10.5 years ago. And so it exploded, and people have been so generous and kind. And to date, we have, donated over 46 million products.
Incredible.
Right?
Can you believe it?
No, because it was 16 bras.
Right. That started
it was some sports bras, some nursing bras.
Right.
And now we've partnered with massive corporations who've donated products and helped us out in so many ways. And we have volunteers locally who get involved. And we work with domestic violence shelters and LGBTQ organizations and refugee agencies and homeless shelters and so on to be able to provide these very specific items around dignity that are often forgotten about.
So you have a ton of, it's Women's History Month. What do you have going on this month, and what did you bring with you?
Sure. Well, this is just a fun sample of some of the different things. These are our period purses, which this one says yes. This bag is full of tampons.
Were you curious? Yes, it was. And move along. Yes. Okay. No shame in it. No shame in it.
For sure. And we have our mascot, who, which is a blue-footed booby, and her name is Flo.
Okay.
But we are so busy this month, and every month of the year. We are hosting bra drives and collection drives with organizations, and we are doing bra fitting events, and we have Kelly Clarkson encouraged us to have an event that we came up with called the Menstrual Oasis. And it's a large scale pop-up event, and we've done it in Anacostia Libraries, we've done it at Blue High School, we've done it out of our offices in Rockville, and it's bringing in hundreds of folks who could use and benefit from properly fitting bras, new underwear, new menstrual hygiene products, makeup and toiletries, and getting folks what they need around dignity.
And all the things, This is Dana Marlowe. You're doing really wonderful work with ISTG. We're out of time, so is there a website that we can go to, or that we can get all the information to get involved?
For sure. Folks can check us out at the letter I supportthegirls.org.
Perfect. So, and I love the name and just everything about it already. And your mission, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Our local women's shelters are doing more than just providing a roof. They're helping women feel safe, dignified, and strong as they work towards a fresh start. And across the DMV, these shelters are making a real difference. But today, during Women's History Month, we are spotlighting one right here in DC, the Harriet Tubman Women's Shelter. It's open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It provides a safe place to sleep for up to 175 women each and every night. But this shelter offers more than just a bed. Women here receive case management, daytime support services, and help connecting to healthcare, employment, and permanent housing, all designed to help them get back on their feet and move forward. Catholic Charities DC's housing and shelter expert Amanda Chesney joins us now to talk more about the Harriet Tubman Women's Shelter, how it's empowering women and changing lives. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
When I think about women looking for shelter in a safe place in all kinds of circumstances, it's just it hits you right in the heart because of the dangers that are out there. But for shelters like the Harriet Tubman Women's Shelter. So tell me just about this work that you do and specifically what's different about this particular shelter.
Sure. And I definitely understand the danger. About 1/3 of the women that we see in our shelters come to us from a domestic violence situation. Right. So a lot of them are coming with nothing. So a lot of the work that we do ends up helping them stabilize. So that could mean getting your vital documents. They need identification, they need birth certificates. Any number of those things can hold you back from being able to apply for even benefits or health insurance to help you get stable. So we work on those vital documents and services first, and then work from there. We do individual assessments on everyone who comes to us because everyone's different. They could have owned a home for 20 years before coming to us, ran into a medical emergency, and fallen into homelessness. So we start where they are.
And we spoke about the case management and really the wraparound services. Just reiterate, what are some of the things that you do provide women when they come to you?
Sure. You mentioned it is open 24/7. We have access to laundry services.
Is that unusual, the 24/7 piece?
It is a little.
Yeah.
It started during the COVID emergency and it has stayed open since, which has created some challenges for staffing and logistics, but it's definitely helped people access and have a safe place during the day. There are limited options, especially for women in the district, so it's nice to have that access during the day. So we have storage. It's limited, but it's there, it's safe, it's secure. We do provide a meal every day, 7 days a week, and breakfast. We provide accommodations for folks that are working or in school.
And how does that work? Because there are people, you're maintaining your life. It's just you're picking up the pieces in other areas. So how does it work with a full-time worker or student?
Yeah. So our clients or shelter guests come in and we make sure that they are connected with a case manager. So we know what their schedule looks like. Some might have a lot of doctor's appointments. Some might be in school or working full-time. So if they need an accommodation for a mealtime or I need to sleep during the day because my job is overnight, we make that accommodation. We make sure they're on a list so they don't lose their bed. And we save them the meal so they don't lose that. So there's a lot of individualized work that goes into making it successful for them. We don't want folks to lose their job while they're experiencing homelessness. That's a part of getting out of homelessness is keeping that income.
Then there are issues like medical needs, substance abuse, mental health challenges, but you help with those things as well.
For sure. Part of that individual assessment early on is understanding what might be a barrier to their exiting homelessness. So if they have health issues or behavioral health issues, we connect them with outside ongoing services with our various community partners. We partner really closely with the Department of Human Services in the district as well as the Department of Behavioral Health. And that could be for crisis behavioral health services or ongoing. Catholic Charities is also a multi-service agency, so our clinical service department comes in and does support groups and connects them with long-term mental health services as well.
It's not lost on anyone, I don't think, that the name of this shelter is a woman who represented freedom. And this is what you're giving women who are going through this moment, hopefully just a moment in their life experiencing homelessness.
That's right.
Yes, this is Amanda Chesney. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. All righty, well, let's turn up the spice now. Coming up, the woman behind one of the DMV's most popular coffee spots is joining us live, how she's blending culture, community, and Cuban coffee. We'll be right back. Welcome back in. Well, a DC transplant is leaving the cooking to her team and helping keep our bellies stuffed. Daniela Senior started the Colada Shop back in 2016 with the goal of spreading the Cuban coffee and social traditions to the DC community. It has since grown to offer food and cocktails and 6 locations throughout the DMV. So tell me just about your journey to these now 6?
Actually 7. We just opened at DCA as well.
Right. My goodness. How did we get here?
You know, I think this is a long-standing dream. My first my first time, and I would say culinary was when I was 13 years old. I started a catering company at that age.
Did you say 13?
13.
Oh, okay, you're an overachiever. I got it. Got it.
So it's been a long journey,
Yeah.
and like went to culinary school, and then a lot of fast forwards, a lot of experience. But then at some point, I really wanted to go back to my roots. I missed the flavors. I missed the culture. I missed the community, and that's how Colada Shop was born. It's a hub for all those things. We want to bring the flavor, the music, the colors. I want to make you smile before you even walk in.
As you mentioned, it's about culture. Why is that important? You're fulfilling a need with you, missing that, but also what do you think it means for the community?
I really saw a hole 10 years ago. I was traveling a lot for work, and I felt like it didn't really matter where I landed through the U.S., that I was missing that sense of identity and that hug that I feel like our coffee delivers in the morning, as a sense of hospitality that we call Cubanism within within Colada, and the flavors. Also a place that could transition through the day. So we're open all day, so you can come in the morning, have your cup of coffee, but come back in the afternoon and have a piña colada or a mojito. So it kind of really changes and you can make it whatever you want to make it. It's an extension of your home.
Right. I love that. And you brought just a sampling in
of
what you'll
some
see.
of our snacks.
Can you go through it?
Yeah, of course. So we have our empanadas. Our empanadas, we actually have the flavors in the crust, so you could see there. So this one's picadillo. So they have the flavors. We have our guava pastelitos, our seasonal muffins here. These are our sweet cheese pastelitos, and then we have our house-made plantain chips, our house-roasted coffee, that again gives you a really warm hug every morning. Some of our samplings, but we have a full menu from shrimp ceviche to Cuban sandwiches, of course, salads, the full gamut. And we're there all day, and to make your day better.
I love that. Now, of course, you stand here a successful business owner, but this is Women's History Month, and we're just talking about, the journey to get there. So what can you share about any challenges, any things you had to overcome to become so successul today that might be an inspiration for those?
I would say still to this day, the biggest challenge for women in starting businesses is funding. Only 2% of funding goes to women, which is...
Did you say 2%?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Pretty.
Yeah.
And then you kind of narrow that even further to a minority woman, and it's more like 0.2.
Right.
So so I would say that's a big hurdle to that all throughout the last 10 years, and to a lot of other women that I have had the chance to mentor, that still remains, I would say, their biggest hurdle. And but it's an amazing journey. You just have to persevere. I will say, and just kind of keep your head straight and make sure that you don't let it fail, that you surround yourself with people that are amazing and want to push the vision forward. And we keep growing because I want to keep also giving growing opportunities to our team, right? And in which we have an amazing amount of women that are part of it, right? And that makes me happy that we have built an organization that is able to give them growth and put them in positions of leadership.
That's just incredible. And when you think about those percentages, that in itself is inspirational. So from me to you, you go, girl.
Thank you.
You did it. All righty. And with that, I'm going to enjoy an empanada, and I'm going to thank you for joining us for Get Uplifted. And if you want more, watch my Get Uplifted stream right here on WUSA 9+, and get your daily dose of Get Uplifted on WUSA 9 mornings. Stay uplifted.